Hey guys, Leland here. Welcome to the video. I hope you all are doing well. I am recording this on Friday night, so I just want to quickly say happy Femboy Friday, you guys. So in today's video, I just wanted to chat with you guys, honestly, because I've actually got a few things that I want to talk about. Like, what's happening here on the channel, how is gaming, and honestly, what to expect in the future here on the channel. I hope you enjoy the background gameplay that I have going on as well, because honestly, I have been playing a variety of games here in the past week or two, and yeah, I just kind of want to show you guys. So for starters, there's a ton of stuff happening right now here on the channel, but also what's happening in gaming too. The first big thing that's already changing here on the channel is the fact that I'm kind of moving to do more variety gaming content. I referenced this change in my video that I did about 2 weeks ago. I'm still very much a Pokemon fan, like I still enjoy the games quite a lot. However, Generation 9 of course kind of tested my love for the series. Like, it does honestly have a ton of issues, and as I've said many times before, it's not just the terrible performance, the empty open world, the bugs and glitches that's still there. No, honestly, it kind of goes a little bit more than that. It's kind of a combination of Nintendo, the Pokemon Company, and of course, Game Freak themselves, and the direction that Game Freak is taking the core games of the mainline series. Here, I don't want the entire video to be me explaining it all, so if by chance you guys would like to see a video of me talking about it, and why I'm not really a fan if Generation 9 is the direction that Game Freak is taking the series. So down in the comments, go ahead and type Pokemon please. If there is honestly enough of you, I will consider making a video explaining it all. So just know, I still very much love Pokemon. Pokemon content will continue to come to the channel here, but I really want to show you guys other games that honestly interest me. More so indie games, because honestly I will admit to you guys, AAA gaming hasn't been the greatest lately. There are a few good ones out there, don't get me wrong, but overall it's not been great. Like, it just hasn't really been good. Like, there's a few good ones out there, don't get me wrong, but overall, it hasn't really been great. And one of the things that I've started doing here within at least the past week is doing a short series called Indie Spotlight, where I briefly show off an indie game that either I really enjoy playing or one that's pretty popular, like Repo for instance. I do have a playlist, and it is going to be in the description, of course, that has the current 3 that I've made so far, but there are more to come. Speaking of which, if there are any indie titles out there that you guys honestly really love, feel free to put them down in the comments. I really love indie games, and more than willing to try out new ones, especially if you'd like to see me create an indie spotlight for it. Not just that, of course, but, you know, future videos. Because moving on to the next section here, I just want to talk a little bit about how gaming is doing. And quite honestly, I do feel like it needs more videos to be made to give like the full feel of how everything's been here, I feel like within like the last year. Like, for instance, there is a lot of stuff that Nintendo themselves have been doing here lately. And honestly, it just makes me wonder why people are such die-hard fans for these big corporations. And honestly, it's fanboys. I'm talking about fanboys. Because for a while, Nintendo has been quiet. That they would do kind of silently that media didn't really pick up or talk too much about. I mean, not gonna lie, overall, they kind of kept out of everything, it seemed like. But I would honestly say it wasn't until Power World came out and they issued the lawsuit against them that started a rampage that just did nothing but shake the entire gaming industry, especially here recently with the Switch 2 announcement. But, for instance, like, the removal of ROMs off of a popular ROM website last year. Not all of Nintendo games were removed by them, but a large portion of old games were requested to be removed. And it honestly sucks, to see this happen because sites like that are arguably one of the best ways for preservation of older games, especially when those games become discontinued and honestly become lost media. Future Lynn here. I just wanted to point out you guys that I looked up for reference images, and it actually turns out that the takedown was most likely a DMCA trolling. They still removed for a time just to be safe. Checking on it now, it does seem that all the ROMs were added back in. And you're not going to see Nintendo jump off their butt to preserve these games themselves, because they take forever to even add their own now crappier version of the Virtual Console, even more so when they lock it behind the Nintendo Switch Online, and just layering it even more by locking certain console classics behind their more expensive online service, which is the expansion pack. That being, of course, the GameCube, N64, Game Boy Advance, even the Genesis of all things. They're not going to be adding any of these games that they removed, because for sure, Pokemon isn't going there. Especially if they decide to add DS classics when the Switch 2 releases. Speaking of which, the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out next week, just 2 days before my birthday, boys. I will be trying out Mario Kart World because I did manage to get myself the bundle. However, I don't think it's gonna be on release day, because I do unfortunately work on the day that the Switch 2 releases, as well as the 6th. So more likely I will be streaming on my birthday, which is the 7th. And if by chance it's not that day, for sure the 8th. Beyond that though, I'll for sure test out some of the free updates that are given on the Switch 2 as well, for certain games. Beyond that, I can't really say that I'm too hyped for this right now, simply because I'm looking forward to other games that are coming to the system, either later this year or in 2026. I'll just be honest though, I really hope that Mario Kart World is the only game that is going to be priced at $80. Like, that is something that I still do not understand. Like, why? Why is this game priced at $80? And of course, again, why are games priced at $70? I just don't get it. But yeah, I'm just not overly thrilled by AAA gaming here lately. Like, honestly, for the past few years now, I have been playing more and more indie games than ever before. They've just honestly brought my love back for gaming. Because I am not the only one that's been feeling this here lately. That, of course, AAA titles just lacking soul. Like, I get publishers can toss millions of dollars into the budget of these games, but that doesn't always mean that it's going to be good. And then, of course, you involve investors that try their best to push out the release of these games, because honestly, at the end of the day, they're just wanting money. And that's just it. That's the entire point of them being in the game. Which of course then forces developers to rush through their games. That's why you see now when games release, there is usually a day one patch. Many games lack content, bugs, glitches, and just overall, just not fun for various reasons anymore. Like, it honestly is getting tiring to see these games release, and it's the same old crap. Like, that is honestly why I'm in the group that is kind of hoping for an industry crash so that way it can rebuild itself and be good again. And that's honestly where indie games come into it all. Like, lots of people out there have moved away from buying all the AAA titles that are coming out in favor of indie games. Like, these smaller studios, sometimes just one developer, mind you, make games that rival franchises like Call of Duty. But that's kind of where I want to leave it off for now, because I don't want to make this video like 20 minutes long. The majority of AAA gaming is kind of bad right now. Like, outside of just a few titles, of course. And I have been playing more indie games here lately than I ever have in the last 6 years. But I'm more than happy to talk about the state of gaming and AAA gaming as a whole in future videos, if you guys want to hear me ramble about all that too. But that's kind of what's happening here on the channel to a degree. While I'll still be posting the occasional Pokemon video here and there, I'm kind of wanting to show you guys some other games that either I think are great and want to share with you guys, or honestly are ones that should have more eyes on it. Because I'll be honest with you guys, when it comes to indie games, you have such a large variety of games to choose from. But I am enjoying the hell out of Monster Hunter Wilds, and I do plan on streaming here soon. I'd like to aim for at least a weekly stream of Monster Hunter Wilds, but that really depends on my work schedule, unfortunately. But trust me, I want to play that game on stream for you guys. I want to show it off. Performance, of course, is a little iffy, but the game itself is still good. But more so, you guys, I have this humongous list of indie titles that I have, or it's more so games that I'd like to share. Because, guys, there is a lot of them out there, and I mean like a lot of indie games. Some good, some quirky, and some of which I feel make AAA gaming look like an absolute joke. Those ones are the gems that make me happy to be a gamer again. I know that probably sounds really cheesy, I get it, but I'm being serious. Because honestly, at the end of the day, that's pretty much the point of why I started uploading videos. I mean, I'll admit, the femboy content was just for fun. I'm still your guys' 1 IQ femboy gamer. Because a lot of you guys still think I'm cute, and I'll forever love you for thinking that. Thank you. But yeah, I wanted to thank you guys for sticking around and listening to me talk. If you enjoyed, be sure to like the video, dislike it if you didn't, subscribe if you would like to see more, and don't forget, if you'd like to support the channel here and see your name at the end of the videos, like these wonderful lovelies, consider becoming a member and getting shoutouts. Thank you so very much to Quaily Dead Inside, Gundam Guru, Aldenang, Yoshinawa, and Richard Young. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, let's play some games, you guys. I'll see you later.